Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Battleverse. Today we are about to dive deep into one of the most astonishing and tense encounters on the high seas. A moment that stunned the world and revealed more than just a clash of steel. It exposed the truth about strategy, resilience, and the unpredictability of naval power. The incident we're reviewing today is none other than the shocking moment when Chinese ships, while tailing a Filipino boat in the contested waters of the South China Sea, collided in a crash that nobody expected. It wasn't just a scrape or a bump. It was a moment loaded with political undertones, military implications, and human drama, a story that continues to echo across headlines and raise questions about the future of naval encounters in this region. This isn't just a review of a crash, it's a closer look at how technology, training, and the will of smaller nations can change the dynamics of the ocean battlefield. When you first look at the Chinese vessels involved in this incident, the exterior tells a story of dominance. These ships are massive, coated in steel gray paint that blends into the horizon, fitted with radar domes, advanced sensor masts, and sleek designs optimized for intimidation and performance. The hulls gleam under sunlight, signaling modern engineering, while the deck bristles with weapon mounts and equipment that screams control and power. To an observer, the exterior of these ships conveys that they are built not only to defend but to intimidate and to project power deep into contested seas. Yet on that day, even this intimidating exterior couldn't prevent embarrassment when a maneuver turned into a miscalculation and metal struck metal in the open waters. Contrast that with the Filipino boat, smaller, less polished, and certainly not designed with global projection in mind. Its exterior was simple, rugged, painted with practicality rather than flair, and designed for resilience in rough seas rather than intimidation. No shiny radar towers, no heavy deck guns pointing outward, no cutting-edge stealth angles, just a vessel meant to survive, to move, and to carry out its mission under pressure. Yet sometimes simplicity carries its own advantage, especially when large ships that look flawless on the outside struggle with the very basics of maneuvering in tight situations. Stepping inside, the interiors of the two vessels could not be more different. The Chinese ships boast sophisticated consoles, glowing radar screens, high-tech communication systems, and carefully designed control rooms that look like something out of a futuristic movie. Every button, every display is arranged for efficiency, every control panel connected to vast networks of intelligence. Yet in that moment, as the ships attempted to shadow the Filipino boat, the interior advantage did not stop human error. For all the sophistication inside, coordination slipped, reactions faltered, and the promise of advanced technology failed to prevent disaster. Meanwhile, inside the Filipino boat, the contrast was stark. The interior was basic, with manual controls, compact navigation tools, and a reliance on human judgment over automated systems. It was small, cramped, and certainly not luxurious, but its simplicity gave the crew freedom of maneuver and quick decision-making. In a high-tension moment, that stripped-down interior was an unlikely advantage. Performance was the next key difference on display. Chinese vessels are known for their speed, range, and heavy armament. Built for long missions, capable of sustaining operations far from home, they are crafted to show endurance and aggression in contested waters. Their engines are powerful, propelling massive steel hulls at impressive speeds. But on that day, performance turned into a liability. The ship's size and speed worked against them in close quarters, leaving little room to maneuver and even less margin for error. The Filipino boat, in contrast, was far from the most powerful vessel in the ocean, but what it lacked in firepower it made up for in agility. Small, nimble, and lightweight, it darted across the waters with quick turns, slipping through waves and evading close contact in ways that caught the larger ships off guard. It was David maneuvering in the shadow of Goliath, proving that agility can sometimes overcome mass and momentum. When the collision happened, safety features came into sharp focus. Chinese ships are designed with reinforced steel hulls, watertight compartments, and advanced emergency systems meant to contain damage and protect the crew. These safety measures did their job, preventing catastrophe, but they also revealed the vulnerability of even the most reinforced designs when raw physics comes into play. The impact caused visible damage, denting reputations along with hulls. On the Filipino side, safety was less about high-tech features and more about resilience. The boat's simple structure and tough build kept it afloat even when faced with intimidating threats. Seamanship, experience, and adaptability were the real safety features that day, allowing the crew to avoid disaster despite being outmatched on paper. If we look at unique selling points, the Chinese vessels carried the banner of advanced weaponry, powerful radar systems, long operational endurance, and an aura of intimidation. They are floating fortresses, each one a testament to China's desire to project dominance across contested waters. Their unique strength lies in their ability to operate as part of a coordinated fleet, presenting a united front of naval superiority. But the Filipino boat showcased a different kind of unique selling point: survival under pressure. It was not about firepower but about adaptation, not about intimidation but about persistence. Its true uniqueness was the human skill steering it, the seamanship honed by years of operating in contested waters, and the determination to hold ground in the face of overwhelming opposition. Price adds another dimension to this comparison. A Chinese warship can cost billions of dollars to design, build, and maintain. Each vessel represents not just a piece of metal but years of investment, advanced technology, and national pride. Losing face through an accident is costly not only in repairs but in reputation. On the other hand, the Filipino boat was modest in cost, a fraction of the price of its Chinese counterparts. Yet in this encounter, that modest investment proved its worth, maneuvering successfully against a far more expensive rival. The lesson was clear: cost does not always translate to superiority in real-world encounters. As the incident unfolded, waves rippling, steel colliding, and crews scrambling, the world saw more than just a crash. They saw strategy colliding with resilience, power clashing with survival, and technology stumbling against determination. The South China Sea has long been a hotspot of tension, a stage where power struggles are acted out on the high seas, and this moment highlighted the fragile line between dominance and disaster. It reminded everyone watching that naval supremacy is not just about building the biggest ship or installing the most advanced radar. It is about how vessels are used, how crews react under pressure, and how determination can turn the tide even in the most uneven battles. The conclusion is both dramatic and humbling. The crash was not just metal meeting metal, it was a symbol of overconfidence, a reminder that dominance in theory can still stumble in practice. The Chinese ships, with all their power and prestige, could not prevent an embarrassing accident while tailing a smaller, less advanced opponent. The Filipino boat, underestimated and overshadowed, proved its worth through resilience, maneuverability, and sheer willpower. This wasn't just a naval accident, it was a lesson in humility, a case study in how even the greatest powers can falter when they underestimate the strength of smaller adversaries. In the end, the South China Sea remains a contested arena where each encounter is a test of resolve. The crash will be remembered not only for the sparks that flew from steel on steel but for the way it revealed the vulnerabilities of even the most powerful fleets. It showed that sometimes, the simplest vessel, steered with determination and skill, can outshine the largest warship on the horizon. This was a clash of pride and resilience, a billions of dollars against modest investment, and the outcome echoed louder than any cannon fire. So as we reflect on that dramatic moment, the question remains: what matters more in the unpredictable chaos of the sea, advanced technology and power, or the human spirit of resilience and adaptability? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. But one thing is certain: this crash will not be forgotten, and the lessons it carries will shape how both nations approach the dangerous waters of the South China Sea in the years ahead. And that brings us to the end of today's deep dive here on Battleverse. What do you think this incident truly represents? Is it a symbol of overconfidence on one side or a testament to resilience on the other? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more explorations into the dramatic moments shaping our world, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned for the next story we unravel from the seas of tension and conflict.